Next one, compound nouns usually take the plural on the most important word. Kung ano po yung main word, then that will be, doon po tayo mag-add to make it plural. Say for example, bookcase. So we will now have bookcases. The main word will be the case. So we will have add s sa case to make it plural. Another one, carbon copy. So the main word will be copy. So we will now add, since this is ends with y, we need to change this y into I and then add es. Son-in-law, this is a compound hyphenated word. The main noun will be the son. So therefore, we will add s to sons, to son to make it in plural form. Another one, figures, letters, and signs form their plural by adding apostrophe and s. So this is the symbol for apostrophe, or this is the right punctuation rather for apostrophe. Apostrophe then s. Say for example, 2. To make these two numbers change into plural, we need to add apostrophe s. Tus. Next one, F. To make it plural, F. So for example, you have 3 F's and 4 G's in your name. So it will now become as a plural through the use of apostrophe, then S. And hashtags. To make it hashtag, to make it plural, apostrophe S. Next one. All proper noun form their plural by adding s or es. Again, proper noun. When we say proper noun, these are the specific noun or yung eksakto, tiyak na pangalan ng isang tao, puok, bagay, or pangyayari. Kapag daw po proper nouns, to make it plural, lalagyan po natin ng s or es. Say for example, Romero. Romero is a name of a person. This is a proper noun. Therefore, we will just add s because it ends with vowel. Maria. Maria is a proper noun, name of a person, pangalan po ng tao, and it ends with vowel. Therefore, we will just add s. Another note, some singular nouns have no plural form, only used in singular. So, in singular and plural, we will have these following words. The first one, furniture. So, in plural, furniture din po siya. So, grammatically wrong po kapag sinabing furnitures to make it plural because again, these nouns do not have plural forms or plural nouns. Next one, equipment. We are incorrect when we say equipment to make it plural. So, stay as is. We will just use equipment. Next one, some nouns are always used as a plural form. So kung kanina naman po, may mga nouns po na walang plural form, ngayon na walang plural form, tama, pero ngayon naman po, some nouns are always used as plural form. For example, scissors. Scissors, when we say this set of nouns, these are the nouns that cannot be act as one. So for example, you cannot say scissor kasi it should have 2. So to make it scissors, kailangan dalawa. Next one, trousers. So trousers pa din po siya sa plural. Hindi naman po natin masasabi na trousers kapag isang pants lang ang meron. So to make it trousers, kailangan both po meron. Next one will be irregular pronouns from Latin and Greek. So these are the irregular pronouns from Latin and Greek. The first rule will be a noun ending in ex or ix becomes iecs. So say for example, appendix. So appendix is a Latin word. So to make it plural, it will now become appendices. Index, indices, or indexes. Next one. A noun ending in is becomes es. Again, in Latin and Greek po tayo. Say for example, Genesis. So ito po ay sa Latin, sa Bible. Say for example, it will, to make it plural, Genesis. Crisis, crisis. Another one, A noun ending in or becomes a or just adds s. Say, for example, in singular, datum. It will now become as data to make it in plural. Ova. So the plural form will be ovium. Memorandum. It can be memoranda or memorandums. Again, another set of exercises for you. And I think this will be second to the last topic, the mass nouns. Mass nouns are not pluralized. When used in plural sense, they are expressed in measures or bulk. So mostly, mass nouns act as a singular. These are the liquids. We cannot measure mass nouns. So hindi po natin siya na susukat. When we say mass noun, hindi natin mass nouns, ito po yung mga nouns na hindi na susukat, hindi na bibilang. Say for example, those are the liquids. For example, 2 kilos of beef, 5 ears of corn, 4 glasses of milk. How can you measure 4 glasses of milk? 1 bag of rice, and so on and so forth. So these are the measuring nouns. Few, many, little, much, plenty. Okay, what will be the difference between count nouns and mass nouns? So ang count noun po, count nouns from the word itself, count, these are the nouns na pwede po nating mabilang or pwede po nating ma-measure. Kapag naman po sinabing nouns, these are the nouns naman po na hindi natin nasusukat or hindi natin na-measure. Mostly po, liquid po ito. Say for example, have a few more cookies. Yung cookies po dito, count nouns. Why? Because we can count. Kaya po nating mabilang kung ilan na lang ba yung natitirang cookies. While have a liter more milk will fall under mass nouns because the milk cannot be measured because this is liquid. Again, things can be counted while work cannot be counted. Books can be counted and reading, the idea or the concept of reading cannot be counted or cannot be measured, and so on and so forth. Next one, the last one will be the possessive case of nouns. When we say possessive, it denotes ownership or pagmamay-ari, shows possession. For the singular nouns, the possessive form of a singular noun is usually made by adding apostrophe s to a noun. Say, for example, father, my father's advice. So, father is the noun. To make it as a possessive case of noun, we need to use apostrophe s. So, my father's advice. So, the father is talking the ownership or possession of the advice, the word advice. An employee's salary, Tony's job, and Kate's job. Next one. When a singular noun ends in s, the possessive may be formed by adding only an apostrophe. If kanina po, since hindi siya nagtatapos sa s, ang noun, ang idadagdag pa rin ay apostrophe s. Pero kapag po ang singular noun ay nagtatapos sa s, ang idadagdag lang po natin ay apostrophe. We will not use apostrophe s kasi magiging redundant na po or paulit-ulit. Say, for example, the waitress uniform. So, ibig sabihin, yung uniform ay sa waitress, pagmamay-ari ng waitress. And since ang noun na waitress ay nagtatapos sa S, we will just add apostrophe. Mr. Reyes' house, and so on and so forth. Another one, for the plural nouns naman po, if a plural noun does not end in S, add apostrophe S to form the possessive. Say, for example, children. So, ang noun po natin, ang plural noun po natin ay nagtatapos sa N. Therefore, ang idadagdag po natin ay apostrophe S, and so on and so forth. Next rule, if a noun and plural noun ends in S, add only an apostrophe. So, if nagtatapos naman po sa S ang ating plural noun, say, for example, editors, we will just add apostrophe. The students' complaints, the actors' guild, the Palma's inheritance. Lastly, joint or separate possession. If two or more nouns are used to indicate joint or common possession of the same person or thing, the possessive sign is used with the last noun. Say, for example, Mila and Dante. So it is a joint possession through the use of the conjunction and. Mila and Dante. And since kapag tinagalog, ibig sabihin, pwedeng si Mila at si Dante ay mag-boyfriend or girlfriend, or pwedeng si Mila and si Dante ay mag-asawa, kaya sila ay nakatira lang sa isang bahay. So therefore, ang rule natin, kung sino daw po yung last noun, doon daw po ilalagay yung apostrophe S. So act as one lang sila. They can be husband and wife, kaya po nasa isang bahay lang. Next one, Joey and Tanya. So Joey and Tanya's here are siblings. So since si Tanya po ang nasa huli, we will add apostrophe S to the noun Tanya. While the second rule will be, if two or more nouns are used to indicate separate possession of different persons or things, the possessive sign is used with each noun. Kapag naman po magkabukod, ang tinutukoy ng noun, parehas po natin sila lalagyan ng apostrophe S. Say, for example, Ben's and Sally's test papers. Ibig sabihin, magkabukod, tig-isa. Magkabukod ang test paper, may bukod na test paper si Ben at may bukod din na test paper si Sally. Therefore, we will add apostrophe S both on our noun, which is Ben and Sally. The next one, Charles Dickens and George Eliot's novel. So Charles Dickens and George Eliot are two different authors. So therefore, since they are two different authors of a certain novel, we need to add apostrophe S for apostrophe rather for Dickens because it ends with Y, and we need to add apostrophe S for George Eliot's because it ends with consonant. Lastly, possession shown by an of praise. It says here that, in general, the possessive case is limited to nouns denoting persons or animals, inanimate object use of praise to show ownership. When we say inanimate object, pwede po yung mga objects na walang buhay. So kapag daw po inanimate object or mga bagay na walang buhay, ang gagamitin daw po ay of praise to show in possessive case or possession. Say for example, the roof of the house. Yung roof, wala naman po siyang buhay. This is an inanimate object. So to make it as in the possessive case, we need to use of praise. The of the to show possession of the house. The beginning of the semester. And this will be the end of my presentation for today's discussion, which has something to do with the nouns. So if you have any questions, feel free to message me, and I am very much willing to answer all your questions and inquiries. So see you on my next discussion about the other parts of speech. So good luck on your exam, everyone. Good day.